Welcome to Applied Energy, an energy management company with a unique approach to buying natural gas, electricity and green power by maximizing competition between suppliers. Choosing a fast, efficient method for buying your energy needs can save you a considerable amount of money depending on how you go about it. All energy users have the same goal: to buy their energy quickly and with minimal effort at the lowest possible price. To get the best rates, you need two things. First, you need to line up all the available suppliers in your area and get them to compete for your business. If you don't create competition, you won't get the best rate. Secondly, you need to choose a good time to buy when the energy markets are particularly favorable. To accomplish this, Applied Energy and its partners generate real, intense competition using a sophisticated auction structure for procuring natural gas, electricity and renewable energy or green power, all at the lowest possible price. We're often asked, can I watch an auction? So here is a real auction, compressed from 30 minutes to 3 minutes, that we held in late 2012 for a plastics manufacturer in Pennsylvania. Every week, energy suppliers decide that they'd like to acquire more market share in a particular area, so their pricing becomes more aggressive, and for a while they tend to win quite a few of our auctions. Then, once they've acquired sufficient market share, their pricing becomes less aggressive. It would be great to know who's going to sharpen their pencil and when, but there's no way of knowing that until an auction takes place. Our plastics customer's current contract had previously been negotiated directly with a supplier at a fairly good rate for their size and electrical load profile, just over 6 cents a kilowatt hour. As the auction begins, notice that the contract rate is also the price to compare on the right-hand side, and below it the savings achieved are shown as each bid comes in. To begin the auction, supplier A places its first bid at 9.99 cents per kilowatt hour. This isn't a serious bid, it just indicates they're ready to bid. In quick succession, suppliers H, N, D, G and J do the same, and the bidding starts in earnest. At this stage, the total savings number is negative because the initial bid was higher than the price to compare. Next, supplier M joins in with a bid almost a cent lower at 8.02 cents. Supplier E beats it, but supplier M matches the new bid. Then supplier I tries to break away from the pack with a full half-cent reduction, but supplier B beats their bid by another 0.2 of a cent. Now the bidding gets more serious. Supplier O joins in with a substantial 0.7 of a cent reduction to 6.5 cents, and suppliers P and L respond quickly. You'll notice that supplier L's bid is the first bid below 6 cents and the first below the customer's price to compare, so now the customer is starting to save money. Then, in quick succession, 5 bids come in, with supplier A, who started the bidding, returning at 5.79 cents, and the customer is saving over $60,000 relative to his price to compare. Next, 3 previous bidders, I, D and N, rebid along with 2 new bidders, K and C. The price drops to 5.53 cents and the customer's savings rise to more than $120,000. Then, as the auction draws close to the deadline, suppliers B, K and F fight it out, and at the last moment supplier F makes a final bid that wins the auction at 5.34 cents. Clearly, supplier F's previous bid would have won it, but they were worried that someone would overtake them at the post. This situation, when a supplier outbids itself at the end, happens in about 20% of our auctions. Ultimately, the customer saved 11.5% over their previous contract price, more than $170,000 altogether. Here's an illustration of why the auction system you've just seen gets better results than any other procurement method. This diagram shows some typical broker relationships with electricity suppliers. On any given day, some of these suppliers will be hunting for additional market share, while others will be less aggressive. You can't tell which is which until they begin to compete. If you normally buy through a broker, you would see prices from the 4 or 5 suppliers they represent, but not from the others. On this particular day, we've chosen Green Mountain Energy as the most aggressive supplier with the best price, but it could just as easily have been one of the others. So, if you were not working with broker number 4, you would never even see the best price being offered in the market that day. It's worse if you're dealing directly with one supplier or even 2 or 3. No matter how large your electrical load, unless you were really lucky, you probably wouldn't see the best price. In most utility areas, our daily auctions have about 15 to 20 electricity suppliers competing for your business. Since we don't represent any particular suppliers, it doesn't matter to us who wins an auction. We only care that the bidding is very competitive. Our customers have absolutely no obligation to accept the low bid or any bid in our auctions unless they're entirely satisfied with our process and the result, so there's no risk in testing our system. Every year, Applied Energy and its auction partners buy energy from more than 500 energy suppliers around the country on behalf of 5,000 government, commercial, industrial and not-for-profit customers who own or manage more than 30,000 facilities. Our auction process is used in 18 deregulated states for electricity and 48 states for natural gas and green power. For more information, please contact Kit Gutteridge or Tom Dufresne. Thank you for viewing our presentation.